channel. You know what time it is, No Press fam. Welcome all to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment where we take multitudes of characters from across many universes and have them battle it out. I am your gracious host, Class. And if you enjoy our content, share, like, subscribe, and become a No Press fan member. We put out new episodes every week. Also, if you want to learn about origins or abilities, check out our playlist titled Brief Origins or BAF. With introduction said, let's get down to the beating. In this corner representing DC Comics, Steel. Alright, let's talk about the endgame. He has been able to learn about others' tech even if it was above anything he knew. When you look at the alien technology he got a hold of, he was able to create something out of it. He may be able to learn about Shuri's tech if he gets enough time and find a way to counteract it. His hammer increases its might after enough time. I do believe enough of it thrown around would lead eventually to a decent enough hit to knock Shuri back and then continue to capitalize as she gets herself back up. His speed is up there, which should give him room to nail Shuri with a good tackle or hit her in the face if he needs to. His armor isn't so weak either, as it took heat vision from Kryptonians and Martians alike. It would take an extreme amount of heat to crack that armor, and with Steel swinging that hammer around at you, it would be hard to strike a blow during that moment. Use his flight to keep her from getting too close enough to hit him with her vibranium weapons. He'd almost pick up on his weapons material so he would be aware of the weapons material through the potential AI or receiving hits from it and assessing it based on what he gathered from the attack. He also may have strength on his side, as Black Panther's herbs is powerful in terms of super strength, but it most likely at super soldier level, while Steel's suit almost matches up with Kryptonians, he could probably use it, overpower her with a punch or with hit her enough with a serious damage to her insides. He also might be able to break her with his own bare hands using the suit. Fighting Atlas, considered a top tier level god, I'd say a strong indication he could probably withstand most of Shuri's attacks. Teleport them to another spot that favors him more, somewhere she would find difficult to navigate towards. Use the organic steel for fighting. It has the element of surprise and isn't that easy to pierce through. His hammer can be the last trick up his sleeve, as Shuri is yet aware of the hammer's capabilities, including summoning to his creator when he calls for it without uttering a word, like Thor with his hammer. In a final showdown, where maybe she has him cornered or wounded, he decides to wait until the last possible second to call upon his hammer, where his hammer nails Shuri from behind before she can react. Readjusting herself, he takes that opportunity to give her a vicious beating. Bottom line, he has a lot more strength provided by his suit, making his blows and his grip harder to handle. He also has some incredible speed, despite the suit being a tad more heavier given its material, making his movement a tad quicker at times. Has the hammer to surprise her at a moment's notice, and is smart enough to figure out the mechanics of Shuri's armor and find the necessary path to exploit it until he assures himself that victory. Alright, now in this corner representing Marvel Comics, Shuri. Alright, let's talk about the endgame. Shuri, aka the Black Panther. She has the superior armor, hands down. Vibranium is top level material and covered in the ultimate armor to rely on. For her herb, giving her the Black Panther powers is helpful and essential to her success in winning the fight against Steel. Her strength and speed keeps Steel from delivering a single punch while holding his might against him. Her tech is also up there thanks to her contribution to inventing most of them while being a youthful person. She proves brilliance is possible no matter what age. Her genius would be able to source out a plan to take out Steel while they fought it out. She might even be able to outsmart him in certain circumstances. Her skills are also handy as she has incredible aim when it comes to throwing a spear at her exact target, or the fighting styles not many could keep up with. She has fought characters like Daredevil and teams like the Hand Clan, if you know them. Trust me, she'll manage against a decent fighter like Steel. Or the many weapons she can rely on besides her sharp claws and spear. She might have the perfect cuffs to restrain Steel, and the vibranium material isn't easy to break free from. Her suit can absorb many hits like a sponge and use it like a shockwave against her opponents once they get enough few shots in there. Wildcard, she has an armory to fall back on filled to the wall with fierce warriors just like herself. She pulls out the Namor armor and takes Steel on a fairgrounds. In this suit, she is able to draw blood from Namor, and Namor in the comics has been able to hold off the Hulk, the old school comics. Having that feat done shows overpowering is not an option. She levels up the goddess mode. If she levels up the goddess mode, and she has this in the bag. In this form, she can create things out of thin air, even armor herself. For herself instantaneously. In this form, there isn't anything he can do to make a dent. As she has vast knowledge and godlike powers, it wouldn't last long after that. Bottom line, her intelligence may surpass his, as she was inventing things as a kid, showing she learned to own her brilliance quickly, which makes it difficult to keep up to her strategies and tactics. She earned the ranks as Black Panther, learning how to fight in her brother's footsteps, showing she doesn't need armor to beat you, just her capable hands. Her weapons are created with greater material, making it harder to break and not to have to concern herself with it. She can level up to a goddess being that would put Steel put him out for the count for good. Brain skills and better weapons place her in the winning circle of Wakanda. Alright guys, but as always, it's not up to me, it's up to you guys. So if you liked either one of my arguments, you know what you can do. You can hashtag Steel, or you can hashtag Shuri, or you can hashtag Black Panther, or you can hashtag John Henry Irons. Either way, we really appreciate you guys keeping it 1,000 subs. Peace. Shout out to all my content supporters. Not working together, but we like to give credit where credit is due. Ivan the Unstoppable for all the knowledge of comic feats. Watch Mojo for origins and for all the background videos. Comic Historian, Comics Explained, and Key Issues. Go ahead and check them out and tap into the world of comics by supporting other creators. Link to channels will be in the description below.